Welcome to the Tone Jerks podcast. I'm your host, Brian Gower, and with me today we got
Kyle McIntyre.
And actually,
special guest,
me,
Kyle McIntyre.
Me barely.
Yeah. I've had to just make up something.
Yeah, my computer is not long for this world. Its time is short. I think maybe, but
What do you think the problem is?
I don't know.
What happened?
Well, it's
Make it part of your what's new.
It's having a tough time booting up, and then some of these programs just aren't starting. So I'm like, and then you say this about the Apple stuff. It's like, okay, I can't just go in and replace something myself. So
yeah,
and then it's 6 years old, so I don't know. I'm maybe sticking up for it. And Kyle, you're not having any of it.
Well,
you're an anti-Apple guy. If there's any
I do give you some boomer advice.
You're like,
throw in the trash.
Yeah. So I've liked it, and then it I don't know. It's definitely 2017. So I'm like, that doesn't seem that far away, but
yeah,
it's 2023 now. I'm like, holy shit. So essentially, just
what was going on though? Just having some connection.
Yeah, it just
like specific things.
Like the program it could be maybe a U audio issue. So
yeah,
the program that talks to my interface, it just was not loading. Where you got the beach ball, I'm like, oh good, I couldn't even close it. And
beach ball of fucking death.
And then I shut the force closed it, and guess it's still up, the console window. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. So I had to restart my computer and then do a hard restart on it, and eventually got it going. And I'm like, it could be that there might.
I bet you have a hentai virus on your fucking computer.
Yeah. It just I had gal faces.
All those lewds.
Yeah.
All those lewds you've been.
It's too many lewds on it. So I just always
dreading
something, and I'm like,
yeah.
There's a bunch of new Apple computers that came out. I do like the idea.
How convenient.
Exactly. I haven't updated my operating system. I'm still on 10, 15. You're not.
I don't know.
Yeah. I'm still on 10. I think they have 3 more versions.
So it's like a 3-year-old. You're on a 3-year-old operating system.
Yeah. So that could also be an issue. But I don't want to upgrade that operating system. I am just stuck in 2020 because that's what my Pro Tools is. And if I want to get the new Pro Tools, subscription monthly, baby. That's what they want you to do. And I'm like, fucking shit. Just more things that piss me off. That's why I like Pro Tools so much, and I am so comfortable in it, and I really like the workflow of it. But I might try Logic. If I'm sticking with Apple, sorry Kyle, sorry Charlie,
That's all right.
I'm sticking with Apple.
No sweat off my sack. Such a nasty fucking.
It is.
Such a fucking gross ass saying. No sweat off my sack.
Another one I like is "Suck Me on Soft." You don't even get the pleasure of sucking a hard dick. You have just a tiny limp dick in your mouth. And I know one that you hate that I think is hilarious is just "Suck my ass." Tell someone to suck your ass. What does that mean? What part of your ass does that mean? Those are
I'm
great.
sure you figured out.
I mean, we're going tangents on tangents here. I was telling you the other day, I was just laughing to myself because I was at work. I work retail, so I was on the sales floor, and I just happened to, somebody was, just dropping bombs. And then I had walked right through it. I'm like, I just walked through. I don't know who it was. Maybe just dragging that thing across the store, or they just laid a pipe, cut it off. Or laid a pipe bomb, cut it off.
So just carpet bombing the floor, just the sales floor.
Yeah, and so like, oh man.
I bet you could find the person too. I bet you could like follow your nose, do the whole fucking Fruit Loops thing.
Waste the whole day finding out who done it.
Who shit the bed type situation.
Sounds like who shit themselves. Just walking around the store. But yeah, I'm like, oh man, I just walked through somebody's ripping ass throughout the store, and I'm like, ripping ass and busting ass is a hilarious way to say fart. And I'm like, oh, I guess if I'm saying, people don't know what I walked through somebody's fart and smelled it. I'm like, oh God.
I'm sure that you figure that out.
Yeah. Just busting ass, and you're all like ripping ass.
Yeah. Just funny sayings.
Yeah, and it's just really stupid.
Busting ass.
Would just bust it.
I'm about to bust.
I'm gonna bust. Buster
your ass.
So, anyways, we're talking about my shitty computer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the plan though? Just
I don't know yet. Wait until this thing just doesn't turn on anymore, and then just get pissed off, and then we skip a week.
Yeah.
And I spend way too much money. Well, because I think if I bought Logic, which is like $200,
that's not bad.
Just like I bought Final Cut Pro, I love it. I have no problem.
I love it.
It's Apple's video editing software.
Yeah.
It stays with Apple. It works with it because it's supposed to work on Apple only. They're not trying to develop for everything else.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. So I would assume the audio, DAW would be the same way. It work pretty smoothly. It just automatically updates and stays working with your Apple product.
And all your plugins will work with it.
Yeah. I mean, any third parties I have, they still work with it. It's just the workflow is different. So one thing I do like about Pro Tools, and I heard, I've talked to some people and they're like, oh no, it's great. Yeah, no, it's not that big a deal. Professionals still use it. Logic. And then I talked to Brian, which my drummer, he knows what I'm looking for in, Pro Tools when I talk dumb Brian language about, I like the squiggly lines. I like to zoom in and see them go up and down so I can match and crossfade because I think I do pretty good crossfades. And he's like, yes. He's like, that is a good crossfade. He could just be blowing smoke, but he's like, no, you edit pretty well. Whereas I think when we had not Derek, but Justin from Tone Control on, he was like, that shit doesn't matter. You don't have to go that close. I'm like, you know what, motherfucker? My drummer says otherwise.
Yeah. Your drummer just wants to make you feel good about yourself.
Yeah. Whereas Justin wants to just tear me down.
Yeah.
Suck all the fun out of me.
Out of you?
Fuck, out of the room, I guess. I don't know. You know what? I've had a hard day. You want you fucking get off my ass.
Well, I've had a hard day's night, dude. It's not even the right song.
That one's a good one too. But anyway, so I just started off like with an hour just being fucking pissed.
Yeah.
And then,
that was fine.
Yeah,
I'm cool.
Yeah. I'm cool.
I was chilling, dude. I was chilling and I was vibing, dude.
Yeah. I'm chilling like I do. So Kyle, what's new in your world? What's shaking? What's grooving? What is good?
Not a whole lot actually since the last time we recorded, which was like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
So.
But
I have been playing guitar a lot. I know it's like, oh, good.
Yes.
Yes.
Cool.
No one actually gives a shit.
We don't want to play gear. We just want to buy it and talk about it.
Yeah. I want to collect dust on my wall.
Mm-hmm.
Which they do. Need a good dusting. But I've been just kind of mixing up and playing different pedals, and I don't know why. I mean, we've mentioned, certain pedal combos before, like pedal and amp combos.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why haven't I done a plumes into my modded DS1 into this tube amp?
Mm-hmm.
And well, for I guess I should which I did, by the way. Shocker. Spoiler.
Yeah.
Sounds sick. But I hadn't tried, I guess certain pedals do not sound good straight into like the DAW. There's just too much. It's too damn loud.
Yeah.
I probably could tweak them a little more, but then they lose their, I don't know, like turn the volume all the way down. There's just too much hitting the front end of that through the Focusrite, I think, sometimes.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's a reason why. Just the
Yeah,
wave
it's like
or
digital clipping or something like that.
Yeah.
And then you're turning down the pedal so much volume-wise that you're not
yeah,
getting
just
the same
nothing there.
out.
Yeah.
Because it's meant to hit an amplifier.
Different.
Yeah, it's meant to hit.
It's meant
God
to
damn
hit
it.
different. It's fucking
It's built different, okay? It's built different.
Zoomer
Yeah.
Zoomer terms. Gen Z's.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've noticed like, oh, this pedal was sick, which when I had your AD30R,
Mm-hmm.
which the reverb, on that, which is the R, it should have been like a little R.
A lowercase.
It was a capital. Yeah, it was a capital R. Should have been a lowercase r.
Yeah.
But it's hard to get a bad sound through like I think a tube amp or even just a physical amp.
Yeah.
But you do a lot more soul searching, I think, when it comes to, some pedals sound just great no matter what, I guess, through an amp, but digital clipping is a big problem at least for me. I'm just stumbling my way through the dark when it comes to, I think my Broadway from Copper Sound,
Yeah.
does not do well at all, like at any level. Like it sounds like there's almost like interference coming through, like it's catching like radio signals almost.
Yeah.
And I can't get it to go away. I'm like, it's off, But
Yeah.
through the amp, it sounds great.
Well, some of these pedals are meant to hit like an amp specifically,
Yeah.
maybe even tube amps. I don't know. I mean, I know every amp hits different, right? But even my Fractal, I mentioned several times, I'm like, hitting the front end of that with a lot of volume or a boost or something like that can really, like, it just like sounds like it's, I mean,
Yeah,
it actually
exactly.
even has indicator like red lights flash. I'm like, yo, red
Chill out,
red
man.
is dead.
Yeah.
So yeah, when the red lights flash, it's like, don't, come on, in the red light district. I mean, it's not meant for that, and it's obviously it's like, this is not an amplifier. It's a digital pedal board type amp situation, whatever. So whenever I would have a boost, like I had certain like pads in like on the amp that I can do and hit, so I can have more headroom in
Yeah.
that. It can like, all right, so you have your level and you set everything to that, and then you can boost into it. But if like you treat it just like an amp the whole time, just more pedals, I'm like, it's just gonna like sound like shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, that's what I found.
I guess you could say sounds like shit, if you know what I'm saying. Like, you sound like an idiot. If you know what I mean.
I guess I've had that amp not too long.
Yeah.
But I haven't gone and played every single pedal I own through it.
Yeah, 'cause
So-
you got a grip.
Yeah. So just kind of going back through and like, oh, this thing fucking sounds sick. Why haven't I played this? Okay. And I think, okay, well, that's probably why, is I was playing into the interface and I'm like, this thing sucks. Or, I sound like an idiot. Like, what's wrong with this thing?
This thing
It sounds too good for my computer.
Sucks my ass.
This thing sucks me right the hell off.
Sucks me off.
So
This pedal just keeps sucking me off.
this thing just sucks my craw.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so did that modded DS1, which is a Marshall in a box.
Yeah.
Marshall in a box. It's a Wampler mod, and just by itself sounds fucking great. Like, it has so many crazy overtones that are coming through. It would be nice to compare it, to a Marshall, but obviously I don't have one. I'm sure it'll not sound anything like it.
Mhm.
When you compare it, you're like, what the fuck was I saying for 4 fucking years, 5 years?
Yeah.
But did the plumes into the DS1
Yeah.
and then into the Bravo. Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds so good. It's like, I haven't turned it all the way up because I don't want to, one, piss off my wife.
The wife.
I know. I think the neighbors are probably okay since they're playing, music till 2 a.m. sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Fucking rip it, dude.
Like you're having your own party.
Yeah.
Just one riff over and over. Your wife just bangs on the door. Learn a new song. You're like, no.
Learn another Beatles song.
I'm like, no, I'm rocking in the free world. And you're like, she's like, learn that one then.
So, I'm still on a pedal journey, I guess. It sounds stupid. It's like I'm falling in love with pedals I've had for years already.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
'Cause since you took your amp back,
Yeah.
I've been ampless.
Yeah, I mean, you've kind of got that Rumble bass amp, the Fender one.
Yeah.
You were playing pedals through that.
Yeah.
And then you got the Bravo. So now you're like, oh, shit. No, there's a difference. There's a difference between like a practice bass amp versus like an actual like tube
like
players amp.
I want you to play this thing. Like I keep thinking like, oh, I wonder what Brian would think about this amp.
I know I'm gonna like it. It's great. I played Co's, like I said, and this is probably the third time saying it. I thought when Co was like, "Hey man, I'm playing my Bravo through," he was holding on to my 412. I'm playing my Bravo through your 412. Sounds great. I'm like, yeah, fucking right. Not bloody likely. I thought it was like a practice amp because I see
the Bandit.
Yeah, I 100% thought it was a Bandit, and I'm like, Bandit, Bravo, blah, 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 I don't give a shit. Get out of here.
Where's the Alpha? There needs to be an Alpha.
Right here.
Yeah.
Hello?
You're fucking Beta, not even a Bravo.
I got a Sigma right there.
Just zooms on your fucking nasty, crusty fingernail.
Yeah. I haven't washed it in days. But all right,
you ever gonna get shit on your finger and just accidentally chew your fingernail and just
oh no. So
anyways.
This is just jokes for us.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Whatever.
So and then I went and played that amp, and I'm like, oh my god, this thing is fucking sick. I was way too excited, and then Co's like, oh.
Like, Jesus, chill out, dude.
He's like, get out of my house.
You can't have it. This thing's cool. You can't have it. Yeah. He would.
Yeah,
he would.
But I was playing that, and I'm like, oh my god, this is actually great. I didn't know these things. It's like a sleeper amp for sure.
Yeah.
And
it's a pretty versatile amp, like tonal wise.
Yeah.
Like it can go from metal to like
the distortion
jazz.
Great
like
on it. And then
super clean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then yours has the V30, which you've talked about. I think his has a stock PV speaker, which he's not super fond of. But I'm like,
yeah.
He likes it at the time. Liked it out of the V30s. I'm like, we'll just get one of those.
Yeah.
And the guy you got it from had that same tip. It was like, you get a V30 in there, put it in there.
Would you like V30s?
Yo, dog. And it's a great amp. And so now you're playing your pedals through it, your different pedal combinations. It's like wine and cheese pairings. Kyle's doing amp and drive pairings.
Yeah, I feel like the Bravo is like a secret, like you said, it's a sleeper that no one really, because it has those teal lines on it. They go, oh god, fucking
exactly. It's like
solid state practice amp.
Well, there's
even
a
when
line,
I post it online.
There's a line with PVs that it's like, oh, the bigger solid state amps, maybe from the 80s, maybe early 90s. And the kind that Johnny has, like the Festival series, right?
Yeah, Festival.
For bass and stuff like that are very sought after for like,
The Century line, I think the Century line and the Festival line are fucking cool
for like metal doom guys and bass players and stuff like that. It's like, oh, these are great, and those, I think the word's out on those. And then obviously there's the 5150s. Those went way up in price because Eddie died, and so everybody's getting the original ones. And 6505s are kind of holding their own still. And then actually I think the triple X's, the ones with the mud flap girls on it, really stupid design of amps. People are like,
does it have the mud flap girls on it?
Yeah, the triple X.
Because I saw one recently in a pawn shop. It does not have that on there.
At least I've seen some that have it. Like
maybe
a friend of mine had one because he's like, oh, it's instead of the tread plate, it's like mud flap girl tread plate.
Weird.
And it sounded great, funny. But I'm like, good God. He's like, well, I mean, it's good sounding amp. I can't afford a Mesa. And I'm like, yeah, I know, I hear you, but just the design of it, it's like,
oh, it does have it. Yeah, it's the triple XXX.
I don't know why they could make it more
sexual,
less sexist, and had to just Tasmanian Devils or Yosemite Sams.
Yeah, it's like you drive behind too many fucking semi trucks to have that.
But
anyways,
yeah. So, but PV makes great amps, and I apparently from Co, he was saying that the Bravos are or they had their time in the sun, and they were shining in the praise and worship world.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. So
interesting.
I think I don't know what's popular. I mean, I'm in secretly in one of those groups. I snuck my way in there. It's like 30,000 people or more, maybe probably even closer to 50,000. I just like to lurk. And then
what goes on in those places? People just bitch about stuff?
No, people say like, oh, this new thing is the latest, greatest. It's the best in the world. It's the end all be all, amp sim thing. So that was the FM3, by the way. And then UAD came out with that. So this is the end all be all, best in the world. It sounds like a real amp in the room. It sounds like, you could almost feel the tubes purring.
You can feel how warm they are.
It's warm.
You cook your fucking hot dogs on those things.
And then they talk about whatever the best $4,000 Telecaster is. Jesus. Or whatever. Instead of just buying one. They buy
Jesus.
Oh,
Jesus, fuck.
Yeah. And he would be like, why would you buy that, my son? I don't care.
Yeah.
Get a Baja Telecaster. The same fucking thing.
Get a $400 used Telecaster. It's probably fine.
Nobody's going to care anyways.
Doesn't have the, was it Kufi or whatever? Pickups or whatever? The Kuna, whatever, the copper. Never mind. Never mind. Anyways, we're still talking about me playing pedals, I guess.
Back on Kyle.
I'm learning guitar still, technically.
Yeah.
I need to learn some more fucking chords, by the way. But I'm still sounding fucking rad.
Yeah.
A7 changed my life, I think.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. The 7 chords are actually, like, no joke, actually some of the, like, the best. Or putting a minor, like, diminished or whatever. Instead of playing a major where you would play, the 1-4-5, play a minor there, and it's like, oh my God,
I'm a genius.
Fucking genius here.
Like, call me Brian Bonamassa over here.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking crushing it.
I do that. I'm like in my head when I'm writing something. Oh man, if I play a minor chord right here, or go from major and then you drop it to minor, I'm like,
yeah.
Jesus Christ, I'm so fucking smart.
Every song though you do it, you're like, yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah. God. And it's like, okay, you can stop now. It was cool the first time you did it, you moron.
So I think you had sent me a picture earlier of a pedal board that you had already set up, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck. I already had like half the board taken apart. So I'm like, let me just fucking put together a board, which I guess I'll show it off here. Mind if I?
Yeah. Sound like a cat.
All right, so let me get this in the shot here. All right, so I'm running just my shitty cheap pedals, because I'm thinking if I'm gonna go jam with someone, which I might do, if I had a board just kind of ready to go, I could take my Bravo but I don't know what I'm thinking yet, but tuner to compressor, the Serpents to EQ up to the plumes. So basically it just goes like a snake. Like a snake. But I play it for a little bit and there's like a volume drop. Like almost like an LFO sounding. Like I think maybe it's this maybe this maybe we need to isolate a pedal or something, but anyways.
So it goes to your distortion, your DS1 that you modded.
Yeah.
Then it goes to the Microchorus MXR.
Yeah, I was kind of throwing in there just to kind of see where it would sit.
And then,
but I might move that.
Delay,
might move it.
And then, which is
then
the
reverb.
Aquapus.
Yeah, hell yeah. I need some more Aquapus.
Yeah. And then it goes to the MXR reverb. It's not a bad lineup at all.
This one's modded.
Yeah.
The EQ's modded. This is modded.
Yeah, the Boss.
This is fucking modded too. The MXR reverb or MXR tuner.
Yeah.
Dude.
So when you painted that MX or the Boss tuner gold or bronze or whatever,
yeah,
did you take it apart or you just?
Yeah.
Okay.
They took it apart.
I was wondering if you just took like fuck it, get some painter's tape on that bitch. So do you? I don't know. I guess you're still messing with it. And it's just Velcro on the board. It's not like it's like cemented and down. Do you like, do you have a certain pedal order that you always have in mind as far as like modulation before or after your drives?
I guess I usually do after drives. Yeah.
Okay.
But
I'm always a before guy.
Yeah. I guess I could try that with this one. But usually that's how I set it up in my DAW.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
At least not with native recently. I guess I have. Yeah, I used to do it that way. So I probably could try it on this board and see how it sounds different, but there's a pedal from Walrus that's out called the Melee, which has it's a distortion and a reverb, and you can flip the order to get like some crazy huge noise making sounds.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to try that with some of my, I might want to try a distortion or something after, just to try it out.
Yeah.
To see how it sounds.
Too. It's like even having delays before or after distortions. I always like it after.
Yeah.
Because the idea of like, you're delaying and repeating the already distorted signal as opposed to distorting the repeat signal.
Yeah.
There's not, which way is it supposed to be? There's no wrong or right way. It's like, is this shoegaze? Does anybody else? Okay, yeah, that's usually shoegaze is going reverbs into distortion, stuff like that. Which it's like, a cool sound. It's just more noisy. It's not necessarily what I'm going for when I'm playing guitar.
Yeah.
So I usually let my playing do that. God,
good one.
You're like, God, you fucking asshole. I'm fucking done. So there's things that I have, and I just stick to it. I just always stick to it, and I usually don't mind. I'm like,
it's kind of how you live your life.
Yeah,
actually.
should I, stick to this, and I don't know, it hasn't failed me yet. Although it hasn't succeeded, I haven't succeeded on anything, so fuck it.
So it could be failing you, actually.
Yeah. So, one thing I was doing for a while was putting a light drive after, heavier and kind of stacking heavier distortion or heavier drive into a light gain, and I like that too. I might actually try and switch that back to that, because that's what I was doing before.
Light into heavy, you're saying?
I do light into heavy now.
Okay.
But if you go, because the thing is, I'm usually when I stack two drives, the heavier one is going to be like the louder.
Yeah.
Which, it's not. I guess when I think of it as heavier drive, it's not that much more gain, but because I'm stacking it with other gain, like it's gonna be gainier. It's not like by itself, it's like a metal distortion, but it's just the fact that I'm like two drives going into each other, it's gonna be more gainier. But I want that one to be louder, so I always put the one that I'm going to stack and add, I put after.
Gotcha.
So. Yeah, and I'm like, I'll wasted two minutes talking about that, trying to say what I meant.
We'll never get that back, I guess.
It's later. I'm pissed off. God damn it, this fucking computer. That's I'm blaming this.
Man, I need you to fucking focus, dude.
God, get it together. This podcast is gonna fall apart without you.
Yeah, man.
So I don't know. I've always stuck with that, but I remember really digging it back when I had. Full Drive 2, the one with the JHS mod. For the longest time, I was putting that in front of my Sweet Honey Overdrive. I really liked that sound. And I sold that Full Drive 2, and I fucking regret it. Because I'm like, to get that. Of course. Yeah. One, JHS doesn't mod them anymore. I'm like, fuck. And, yeah, I mean, whatever. I mean, people are like, oh, don't like Full Drive or Full Tone guy because, he's bad man or whatever. Yeah, I get it, whatever. There's other pedals, but I mean, I did like that one, and I bought it before.
Yeah, but see, there's other bad men who make pedals. They're just keeping their mouth shut.
Pause. There's gotta be a lot more.
Oh man!
But I bought that pedal before he was bad man.
Joe Bonamassa is a racist. Look at that guy. Come on,
he's
look
gotta
at
be.
Come here, boy. He's just.
Robert Keely's got some skeletons in his closet.
Yeah, dude. PRS, dude.
Oh my god, that guy for sure. He's out there.
Yeah. Oh man,
he's getting wild out there on the forums.
Yeah,
he's on 4chan.
He's bringing those boards down.
He's on 4chan.
He's on Reddit.
Oh yeah. Woo. So
yeah,
anyway.
That should be a segment. Who's racist?
Yeah.
We just come up with
we just
slander their name,
slander everyone, and they have to say how they're not.
And it's just people we don't like their gear. They're not even like we don't like them. We just like Josh Scott, dude. Fuck, dude.
It's funny.
He's like the Ellen DeGeneres of pedal companies.
Yeah. It's always funny how much we talk shit about Josh. Every JHS pedal I've played, I've really liked.
Yeah.
I've liked every single one.
I think it's just me not liking.
Yeah.
I think you've liked all the pedals you've had modded even.
Yeah.
Well, you had one. Right?
Yeah, just the one. And then I've liked, every other JHS pedal that I've played. And I'm like, they're good. It's just funny to make fun of them.
Fucking Keeley.
Yeah, I don't mind. Well, the only Keeley pedal that I really dig is that the boost that I have.
Well, yeah, we had was it Caverns?
Yeah.
Wasn't too stoked on that.
Yeah, it was like, okay. Kind of did its thing. But it was like, nothing was like, it's not, used phrase, but nothing to write home about.
Yeah.
I was like, yep, that's reverb and delay.
You're writing a letter home, and I'm, there's nothing to write home about. You're like, son of a bitch.
So, what are we doing? Yeah, pedal order. I've always stuck with one thing. I'm not too adventurous.
What? So you do your compressor like second, right after tuner?
Guitar, I don't have a compressor.
Oh shit.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really feel a need for it on guitar. But I'm not playing clean stuff really much anyways.
Yeah. I just wanted to do like some 80s shit, you know? So.
Yeah. So I was setting up and playing guitar and my pedal board today, and I'm like, oh man, I gotta put some new strings on this thing.
Yeah.
It's like boom, 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 boom. It sounds like I'm playing with flat wounds.
I gotta do that with my bass. My bass sounds like shit. My P bass, my American.
Yeah.
I was recording bass today. I'm like, man, what's wrong with this thing? Whoa. Just no definition.
Yeah. All you do
It's probably
is
2 years old, maybe. It's been a while since I replaced them.
I can't do that. That's $20.
Yeah, fuck. I will never financially recover from this.
Yeah, just having to put
every time you change out fucking bass strings.
Mm. Yeah, and then guitar strings, because I'm like, oh, my E quits. I'm like, oh, this is all right. So I was trying to dial something in. I'm like, all right, turning up a lot of that tone and treble. I'm like, all right, okay, yeah, I gotta get some new strings on this motherfucker. Yeah, so you have a lot more combos and shit to go through there. Are you just trying to build a board? Because you mentioned you're trying to jam out with somebody this weekend.
Yeah, I might play with someone maybe this Sunday, maybe next Sunday. Gotta work out a time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have. It's been like, oh, let's do this. Let's jam. But I'm trying to figure out like, do I have a structure? Do I need to make songs? Do I need to have like something? Am I gonna play bass? That'd be kind of boring just to play bass
with a drummer.
Jam with a drummer. I mean, I've done it before. It's fine, but when it comes to like songwriting or not, not that you'll songwrite, but just have different ideas than 4 bass lines that you just keep playing over and over again. Maybe I just bring guitar.
Yeah.
And I'm like, because another thing, I don't want to bring a bass and a guitar. That'd be stupid as hell. So I'll probably just bring guitar. And I'm like, let me refine a pedal board so I could act like I know what I'm doing, which I don't know what I'm doing. Like, literally playing guitar with drums. I don't think I've done it like when you go take a piss at like during like practice.
Yeah. Just grab
Brian walked away. Well, what would happen if I started playing his guitar?
Oh, I'm guitar now.
Oh no! What's he gonna do? Get off? Okay.
Yeah, that's the
the extent. And that was just like, I'll have an idea. Let me just run it past the drummer, and he would. Didn't you already have a song that sounds like that? Yep, you're right. Bye.
Yeah.
Damn it!
I got an idea.
Yeah, it's like, you have one that sounds just like that. Yep.
Yeah, because
you're right.
Everything is in G.
Yeah. This one's an E, right? Yeah. That last one was an E. You're the drummer. How did you know it was an E?
What the fuck?
I was using my fucking ears, dude.
So this is one where I keep my
yeah. You weren't watching what I was doing with my pinky. I was doing something different.
Middle and pinky on 3 and 3 on E and B, and then I just do G, C, D, and E, and I just move. But this is still planted. That's pretty cool, right? Because I'm not playing the normal G, C, D, E. Isn't that pretty crazy?
That's the only way I play G. That's my G.
Yeah, and then it's like, that's what you played when you were 14. I'm like, I'm still playing it pretty damn good.
Well, I'm nailing it now.
Pretty good, not great. I never said I was fucking great.
You're okay.
Playing those 4 chords only.
Jesus, yeah.
You're like, why? Because it's harder to play the other one. Because you have to move more fingers.
Yeah. My ring finger just happens to go there every time.
Yeah.
I can't keep it out. I can't fight it. It needs somewhere to go. So it's gonna go on B, on B3 there. Yeah. It's gonna happen. Sorry, just let it happen.
You sunk my battleship. Anyways,
I guess.
Damn. I'm able to stretcher. What's new? Huh?
I know. Well, what's new, or did you already hit it?
Oh, fucking bullshit computer. No.
Yeah, let's talk about that again.
No, so you kind of were talking about like, these pedal combinations are pretty cool. I'm like, well, this week, this is dumb. I'm like, oh shit, we got the podcast coming up. I got nothing. What's new? I'm like, I should play guitar, and like, different pedal combinations that I have. I'm like, oh, you know what I have? So I was just kind of scrolling through my phone. Like, I built a board, and let's see, it was a fucking year ago that I built like a board and just kind of like, yep, it's done. So, all right, cool. Then let's just put that in its case, and then we call it a day.
Never play it.
Pretty yeah. Pretty
You're
much.
on something there.
This guy. So I essentially built this board, put it all together with pedals that I really like, pedals that are kind of meant for all the sounds that I really liked in playing without a pilot, that are conducive to writing, kind of going for, I don't know, if I needed to change an idea, whatever it could be. So I have a volume pedal with a tuner, one of the Schnobel tone guys. And then I have a carbon fiber topper there. You know,
wow.
For the,
keep it OG.
Yeah, pretty slick there. And then I got a what is it? A Crybaby Mini. Before they came out with the ones with the LED, I had loophole pedals on it, so it's an LED.
Nice.
And then it goes into a utility knife from Southampton pedals, and that is a 4 modulation selectable pedal. So it goes flange, chorus, tremolo, phaser.
Yeah.
And you get to choose between the two and kind of change the rate, depth, and volume of each. Pretty simple. Into like, okay, if you need like just a flange, just a chorus, just a phaser, like to get that sound, and then you could always like, change it out to like, I want, this type of phaser, phase 90. You could do that. And then, so I'm like, that's modulation, so I could just get some ideas.
Yeah.
And then Sweet Honey Overdrive, which is like pretty much an always on pedal. So it, I don't know, just get a boring sounding amp or whatever, and then you can kind of get it to the crunch sound that I like. And then I stack the Ages from Walrus Audio, and I kind of had it. It's like a overdrive pedal, but I kind of have it set to just like a tube screamer. Keep it boring. Like a pedal that could do so much more. I'm like, that's a tube screamer, that guy.
You picked the like, oh, like the lamest setting it has.
Yeah.
I mean, not that it's lame. I mean, yeah.
No, but I like it. And then that goes into an even more boring pedal, which I think is great, is the Katana Clean Boost from Keeley. That's
Is every pedal like that he makes start with like a C or a K? Like Keeley Katana, Keeley Caverns.
There's got to be
Keeley. I don't know. Yeah, there's probably more.
There's tape one.
It's just the alliteration. You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then too many of those K's on that pedal.
Too many of those K's on there. Yeah. Chill out, dude.
Yeah.
Whoa, chill.
Yeah.
So that with those 3 drive pedals, it's cool depending on what amp I'm using, which at the moment is just my Orange in my bedroom, but I can stack those in different ways, which is cool because sometimes what I would do is have the Sweet Honey Overdrive on, but I don't want more gain. I just want more volume and maybe pushing the amp more, not with gain, but with power volume.
Well, it's not a super heavy drive anyways on that pedal, right?
Which one?
The Sweet Honey?
Oh, yeah, Sweet Honey, no. I mean, it can get up there, and I can just kind of be, your... it's not Marshall-y or anything like that. It's kind of just, it can get to be, I don't know, a pretty heavy overdrive. I don't know. It doesn't fizz out, which is good. Like some overdrives will be like, this is a really cool overdrive. It just like
thickens the sound a little bit.
It's almost like a fuzz. I'm like, that means it's going to sound like shit.
Ooh, you said the magic word, fuzz.
I'm not really a fuzz guy. I'm teasing. So if you like fuzz, cool. Well, for you.
Yeah.
And then going into Carbon Copy Deluxe, which is more carbon copy than I ever really need, but it's cool that it has a tap tempo.
Just throw the mini on there, dude.
Well, it has a tap tempo, so it's more versatile. And then going into the Flint, which is a reverb that I like, Boring Spring, just a little, subtle ass reverb. And then a tremolo that I have on there. So that's one that I actually don't use in the way that it comes stock. So I've always put reverb last, no matter what.
Yeah.
And no matter what it is, it's always been reverb last. Tremolo going in there, usually tremolo before delay even. But the way the Flint is set up, like it had it to where tremolo was last and then reverb. Because I guess that's how it is on Fender amps.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably like a Fender.
And I'm like, the fuck is this? And I switch them. Never looked back. One day
there's a switch, the order switch on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
oh, that's cool.
You can swap the order. And for me, I'm like, if I wanted to be more of a classic, man, I could go and switch it back to be like, okay, this is trying to have like surfy Fender classic-y vibes or whatever going on. But I'm like, to me, I just want it to get the sounds I need out of it. And so far, it's worked out. I'm like, I built that board. And I'm like, oh shit, this is a perfect, great board. Let's put it back in the case and in the closet.
Yeah, put this away now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when I play guitar or demo something or whatever, it's always kind of just been through the DAW or Apollo deal or using my Fractal. I'm like, using a real amp. Nah, I'd rather play Switch.
Yeah, that's the only thing I'm playing today.
Yeah, and that's so stupid because like even today I'm like, oh, let me set this up because like I said I was gonna do some pedal combinations like you did, but I just actually fired that bitch up and I'm like, sounds great. I was coming up with some. I'm like, oh my god, I'm a genius.
Yeah,
I'm a pedal.
I think sometimes when you put a new pedal on, it just sounds different or whatever. And you're like, I'm killing this, dude. I'm gonna, this is such a good song.
Yeah,
you're like, this sounds like shit. I bet.
Mm-hmm.
If I went back to this, you'd be very disappointed. Like if I was recording,
yeah,
like. Because I've done that before, where you're like, this fucking sounds sick. You record it on your phone, you play it back, you're like, the fuck is going on?
Well, today
in that idiot's head.
Before we were recording, I'm like, okay, I had some ideas. And I think kind of like I have a demo that I was recording or kind of was inspired by when I mentioned it a couple weeks ago when I was playing the Honton that was gifted by Johnny.
Yeah.
And I like that. So I'm going to revisit that session and then maybe see if I can do what I did today in that session, kind of put some ideas together because it's really like I'm trying to think differently. Like I want to play always so fast. I'm like, I gotta slow this down. I don't need like everything to be so fast. And like I've won a song idea where I'm like, okay, I want it to be like downstrokes and stuff like that, and then maybe the accents to be on like the and of the 3 and the and of the 4 and to come back into the 1.
And
I'm like playing it, I'm like, oh man, but playing it faster downstrokes, I'm like, I can't. I'm like, I keep like, damn it. I'm like, Brian, why don't you slow it down?
Yeah, it's not a race, dude.
Yeah, so that way I'm like, oh,
you're usually the one who finishes first, and so you're like, I gotta get there.
Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, it's not really pop punk kind of song that I'm writing, but of course it's gonna have a flavor to it. But I'm like, it could be more of like a pop rock kind of vibe, just because it's like less distortion and stuff like that. But
yeah,
full chords and stuff like that. And so shit that we did in playing, but I'm like, you're trying to tone or pull the tempo back, like easy does it.
It's like 185, baby, all day.
Nah, even to me, I'm like, that's slow, smooth jazz as we used to do. But I'm trying to like, okay, maybe I can get to like 170 or 165 or something like that. You're like, Jesus,
169.
Christ. Jesus, Grandpa.
Yeah, you could do it, dude.
Yeah, so
I got songs I have 80 BPM, dude. I'm just fucking.
Yeah, I'll just try it out. But like I said, I use my phone just like when you're recording an idea.
Yeah,
and I put it up, just to get some chords and ideas and stuff like that. And then I'm like, you play something and man, that sounds great. And I'm like, I bet that's something else. I bet it's something else. As soon as I demo it out, it's like, man, I'm like, what do I want to resolve on? Let's hit 5th, then back jump.
I've never done that before.
No, let's go to this chord. Well, we actually resolve on the 1, and then it starts on the 1 again. I'm so smart. I'm so smart. And I'm like, it's probably like so many other songs. I play it, and it's like the fucking Beatles. I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah.
Like, I was like coming up when I talked about this. This is like a repeat episode of just like shit we've talked about before. But I'm like, I came up with like this. Like, I was kind of just fooling around with like, oh, this is like a lead line. That sounds cool. And I'm like, man, that's pretty good. I'm like, oh, that's the Beatles, you fucking idiots. Oh, yeah. I'm like, I can't believe I thought that I came up with something great. I'm like, all right, let me just never tell the band about this, and we just move on. And then I kept playing it over and over again. I'm like, I like the way that sounds. Oh, yeah, by the way, that's the Beatles, you idiot.
This is fucking Day Tripper.
Yeah. No. So, anyways, that's kind of my what's new. Is the same as yours, just playing pedals that I already own. And essentially, I played a pedal board that I built maybe a year and a half ago.
Yeah. So it's not even what's new anymore.
No, it's probably
it's what's old.
Yeah. I built it. It worked. I liked how clean it was. I even have all the cable management on it done.
Yeah, I haven't done any of that with mine. I literally set it up like right before you sent me a text. I can't do this. It's fucking up.
God damn it. Shit.
I can't fucking do a shit.
But I'm happy with that build, and it's totally functional for like a plane gig. Like we were doing Playing Without a Pilot still. I'm like, oh, that could totally work. I mean, man. But, even just for me writing now, I definitely, I don't know. I'm like,
would you play guitar? Would you play guitar in a band? Another band?
Yeah, the next band I want to do. I mean, I would play guitar in my band.
Yeah, but you wouldn't use that board,
It's essentially now this is like, okay, if in my head, starting like what type of band I want to start. Like I was kind of joking, like, oh, I kind of like playing, but just without Kyle.
Yeah.
I just do Kyle auditions. We just start getting. I'm like, okay.
You have to fit this look.
Yeah, just a bunch of guys with a big beard and a trucker hat. I'm like, must play P bass, and then just everybody's just Kyle lookalikes. And then Kyle, you fly to San Diego to do the audition. I'm like, no, you.
Sorry.
With the disguise on, but your disguise is you have one of those fake mustaches on over
the Groucho Marx glasses and
plastic
mustache.
Yeah, you have that.
Nice try, dude. No, you'll never be like the real one.
God, you're such a faker. Get out of here. You're a loser.
Fucking poser.
You're a fucking loser. And then you're like, damn it.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
But I don't know. I kind of would try and do like more. I don't know. I mean, I was trying to think of what it would be, but it's like more like a Gaslight Anthem.
Yeah.
Before they got lame.
Yeah.
And like Dave Haas before he got lame. Is kind of what I would like to do.
Fuck.
But minus a piano.
Only one song from Dave Haas before he was lame. That was good. Wait, what?
The Come On Kid? Or
yeah.
It's Come On Kid, not Come On Kid.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. I was like, I don't remember that one.
There's a comma in there somewhere, too.
Yeah, why would you name it that?
Yeah, it's like, come on,
Come on, kid, come on.
Yeah. You got to have that second come on.
Yeah. Fuck.
It's come on, kid. And you're like, ew! You
boo!
And they're calling it pizza.
Jesus.
Anyways, but yeah, I'd probably, that's kind of what I was thinking, because I'm like, oh, those albums and stuff like that. Or, I don't know. I have no idea what I would do. I'm just trying to just get creative juices flowing and writing before I'm like, what type of style? But in my head, I'm like, trying to keep an, I don't know, amp and pedal board more relaxed vibe than this one here. Like this could be like a writing type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
which sounds stupid because I have the luxury of doing that because I have a lot of gear. I understand there's so many people who are just like, okay, I have enough gear to play or whatever I have. It's really, I dig that. So it's almost like me cosplaying as somebody who has fewer pedals. I'm like, oh, this is all I need to get by, man. And then I have a closet full of pedals and gear and shit that I'm not using.
You just hide it all.
Exactly. It's like just me.
I'm just a straight into the amp kind of guy.
Yeah,
and
your
friends come over and you open the door and your closet door and everything falls out.
A bunch of clowns fall out.
Oh, you fucking liar, dude.
The clowns and dumbles fall out the door. I'm like, oh,
You're
shit.
just like Bad Religion, bro.
Yeah. Or it's, I was like, I'm just working, man. Because I have my Red Wing work boots.
Red Wings, your Carhartts.
And I sit in an office chair all day.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I do.
You go down to the A Union office.
Yeah. It was,
Trade union.
Last time I was hanging out with Johnny and Eric. Eric was saying something about like, yeah, all these fucking losers who just sit in an office wearing Carhartt all day, and then I'm like, and Johnny's like, I mean that's what Brian does, and then Eric's like, I mean,
they're sick.
He's like, you work at a warehouse or something, right? I'm like, not anymore. He's like,
fuck.
Anyway, so you like Bobby Kelly? Yeah, it's pretty good.
Fuck.
So, there's construction going on at the mall that I work at, and so I'm, walking around. Went to go get a coffee. I had like a gift card that somebody gave me.
Yeah.
And, walking around, and I'm kind of in line with a bunch of the construction worker guys, and I have my Carhartt shirt, and I have my work boots on, and the guy's like, oh, man, hey, and you probably I ordered a coffee, and the guy's like, oh, no, you're working pretty hard there, so here's a second one. Why don't you give it to somebody at the job site? And I'm like,
Sure.
I drank both.
Me. Yeah.
I drank both of them.
The job site.
He's like, oh, because I was in line with everybody else. I'm like, oh, yeah, sure. And I'm like, let me give it to somebody at work. And I'm like, fuck this. I'm just going to drink them both. And I was just jittery all fucking day at work. I'm like,
you're on fucking coke.
I'm rocking out. So, I don't know. I think we kind of made it to the end without actually a topic. Think we can bring this in for a landing or what?
Yeah, I think we could.
I don't know. Okay, well, actually, how about
bullshit?
Yeah. Well, no, that was a little bit of a topic. So, if anything, I would try to do like, I don't know.
I had a question for you still.
Yeah.
So should I prep something to go jam? Should I have like some riffs, or chord progressions, or
yeah?
I'm scared.
I'd say
I'm scared, dude.
Some riffs, some ideas.
Yeah.
And you can always some chord progressions that work with whatever, and you can just move the key around. I would have that.
Yeah, because I messaged him like, do you want to have some music? Because I have like songs, like demos.
Yeah.
Which I could still play.
Yeah. And just have them kind of, you play them over, the different parts over and over again, and have him pick it up or whatever he's going to do with it.
Yeah. Because I was going to just send him the tracks and like, well, we could just jam to these. We don't have to play them. For whatever, but at least you could hear them. Mm-hmm. There's like 3 of them that are in double time though, and not every drummer can do double time. I don't want to it has to be like this.
Well, then you play to whatever the drummer's doing.
Yeah.
So I think of,
I'm just getting scared.
Writing with every band's different. It's going to be different. Or writing with any members is different. So we played with different drummers, and some of them.
Yeah,
like you just said, they can't keep up, or they don't get it. Like you've had some where, like I talked about last time, it's like the drummer didn't want to jam out to a song unless it was fucking done. I'm like, well, I have an idea. Well, I don't care about the idea. I want the song. I want to play a song. I'm like, fuck. Or we have like drummers who just like, all right, you play like a couple riffs for a second. All right, let's just play a song, get done, and go home. I'm like, Jesus, okay, fine. And so it's like then I rely on easy drummer. And then, Brian was always different because even with Brian, we were, either learning new old stock of songs, or we were,
it seemed like we were always training a drummer to, play songs.
Then when we got to Brian, he's like, okay, cool. He's, we had so many songs that we could pull from that
Well,
still
we had so many songs just back catalog that we had moved on from because we went through so many drummers. We're like, you know, we had written an album or something, and we were just like, well, let's just play that. And we would like some songs we would just forget about, like whole records. Yeah. And we would go back and cherry pick. Well, maybe we could play this one.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or and that didn't always work out.
We had some that we just never even got around to recording.
Like, my butt. My tailbone for some reason.
Yeah, man, we had so many songs that we'd go in and out of. But even when we were writing with Brian, we had songs that we like kind of polished and they were finished, and even some that we had full on demos of that we had with other drummers that we were like, okay, let's try and bring this out. And then towards the tail end of the band, we just never ended up getting around to it, or fleshing it out to a full song. And then but it always kind of worked out because he was like, if not, I don't know, very rarely told him like play this exactly. He kind of just felt the vibe and knew what to do.
Well, it's hard to tell someone to do something when you can't even do it yourself.
Well, yeah, the thing with drummers is going do ga do ga do ga do ga. It's like, I can speak English. You can talk to me.
Yeah.
Instead of making making noises.
I'm not a fucking knuckle dragger, mouth breather.
Like every other drummer.
Yeah.
Just talking down to him. It's like, all right, cool. Do you want me to still play in this band? That, and then also, I don't know, writing with Just In Case has been a different experience too. Especially because a lot of it has been Adam's ideas that I'll, put my 2 cents in instead of me bringing up the song idea. And then with Plane, I kind of almost had the whole song idea done before I brought it to the band.
Yeah.
Whereas this one, it's like, okay, Adam either had a whole song idea and brought it to the band, and then we kind of just played it and maybe punched it up here and there. Whereas like sometimes he's had like just a riff. And then, so it's like, okay, it's like free reign to like, what about this? What about that?
Yeah.
I have an idea here, going here and there. Like I said, sometimes it'd be like, oh, I always want to resolve on the 5th. And he's like, I don't like doing that. I'm like, yeah, it's like, because that's, what you're supposed to do.
Only bullshit bands do that.
No, it's the most comfortable way to resolve like a progression or whatever. And then just because it's, I don't know, just musically or whatever. And so I'm like, I kind of did that a lot with Plane because I'm like, oh, that's where you should go. So just fucking no surprises here. And so he never really does that. And I'm like, well, you've never done it. We've, as just in case I haven't done it, and it's not something that we normally go to. Let's try it. He's like, all right, that works. And so it's not like it's cliched for the band. It could be cliched in the form of music. But, now it's like, okay, we have ideas and we kind of like, oh, let's play this 4 times. Let's play this 2 or whatever. And so now it's like, I don't know, with you jamming with the drummer, it could be a thing. I'm like, well, you have no real direction, but maybe you do because of your demos, but you don't want to stick to it. Just kind of like make him feel like, hey, play this exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
My computer did.
Dance, monkey, dance.
But it could be, it's like, oh, if there's a lull and you don't know where to go, you as a songwriter, maybe you have these 4 demos, 3 demos or whatever. You kind of already know where the next part is going to be.
There's 6 of them.
All right. So you already kind of know where it's like, oh, I know where I wanted this to go. Let's try it.
Yeah.
So I'd say, I don't know, maybe go with more of an open mind.
Yeah.
Because it's also like, too, it's like
that's what you get. That's what you get. Just go with an open mind.
Yeah, try not to be so close-minded.
Yeah.
You might like it.
All right. Well, anyways, we landing this thing or what? Jesus Christ.
I don't know. I think both of us are like, I just fucking talked to you.
Yeah, fuck, dude. I can't stand you.
Yeah. I got Skyrim again.
Oh, yeah?
On the Switch. It's pretty sweet.
How are you liking that? Since we're still in your what's new.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's pretty sweet. It runs actually really well on the Switch, which I guess which would make sense because it's a PS3 game.
Yeah.
You'd hope so.
Yeah.
So I always thought like, oh, the PS3 is gonna be so much more powerful than the Switch, but I'm like, no, the Switch pretty great actually.
Yeah.
It was.
What are you doing? Running around fucking destroying people or what?
Well, yeah. So I was saying I first was trying Skyrim on PS3, just kind of like, oh, let's get a feel for this game. I got maybe like 2 hours in, and I got to like the main, I don't know, or the first real checkpoint or whatever.
Whiterun, like the big city.
Yeah, where you tell the guy like, "There's a dragon."
Yeah, the Jarl.
Oh my god.
The Jarl of Whiterun.
Yeah. And then, but before I was like following the main guy or whatever, the first person you use your buddy.
Yeah.
Well, I followed him around and then went to his house.
Yeah.
And this time, like, I lost him because I was like, oh, there's wolves. I'm gonna go fuck up these wolves. All right, cool. I came into
fucking you up.
Came into a camp. Let's fuck them up. Oh, here's like a witch or whatever. I'm gonna fuck her up. And I find just going on a trail, just finding things and fucking them all up. And I'm like, oh shit, I'm lost.
Yeah.
Oops.
Use your map.
And I'm like, just follow this river. Let's see where this goes.
That is what's pretty sick is you can actually traverse a lot of that stuff if you're like some of those mountains. You can like if you go the right angle, you can go over the mountains because you're like, I don't want to walk around this. Yeah. I'm gonna spend way longer trying to go up this hill. Yeah.
What's another game that you can do that in? Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild. Yeah, I knew you.
Ooh, that's a good ass game. Anyways, this is all like a repeat episode.
This is like a Patreon episode almost.
Well, this is like a clip show.
Yeah.
It's like Simpsons. Oh, so it's come to this, a clip show. It's us talking about shit we've talked about before. Talking tone jerks. It's what other bits we've done before. It's like, hey, Kyle, you remember this? Yeah, we talked about it at episode 144.
Yeah, I know exactly which number too.
Actually, yes, we did. We talked about like your computer. Anyways, yeah, we did have a topic or two, and we'll get them next time.
We can hit them. Yeah, we'll hit those things later.
Yeah, I feel like we're both kind of low energy.
Yeah, it's both, Wednesday. You know, it's hump day.
We're both low T.
I haven't been humped yet. It's called low T, not no T.
Yeah. I feel like yeah, I keep saying, like, oh, I want to get a guest. I feel like we should get Sean Wright back on again.
Yeah.
But, I have yet to even message him. We'll get him on. Anyways, let's bring it in for a landing. I just want to say thank you for tuning into the Tone Jerks podcast. If you like what you hear, you can follow along on social media. We're on Instagram at the Tone Jerks. We're on Facebook. We have a Facebook group, a Facebook page linked in the description. Join the group.
Join the group.
Yeah.
You can like the page, but join the group. That's where all the fucking rascals are, dude.
The young rapscallions.
Yeah. The young kings and queens.
Young kings and queens. Over there. And then we're on YouTube. Give us a sub. Give us a dime over there. And if you really like what you hear, you can help support the show on Patreon for as little as $1 a month. But if you double down for $2 a month, you get an extra episode every week. We're giving you the, juicy gossip behind the scenes, behind the paywall over there.
Yeah. Find out what we actually think. Like never mind.
Yeah. You gave up, huh?
Yeah.
God damn it, motherfucker.
Fuck, man. I can't do it shit.
Yeah, check us out on Patreon. As little as $1 a month, you can support the show. But if you double down for $2 a month, getting those extra episodes. I think I just repeated myself. Fuck.
Yeah, it's all right. Fuck.
It's like I haven't done almost 300 of these. Yeah. All right. Come on, Brian. Let's go. All right. And then just for the support, we want to give you a huge shout out, a sizable acknowledgement. Kyle, you got a list over there?
Yes, I got it right here.
Me, for God's sakes, read these names. Kyle, why don't you give it to me, baby?
I have Andrew Walsh from Andrew's Alcove and the Second Button Podcast. I have Abe Newman, Michael Newman, the Brothers Newman.
Yeah.
Haven't used that one in a while.
Humanium.
Nicholas Payson, Nicholas Ogburn, the Brothers Nicholas. Doug King, Doug Chris from 37 Effects. Joe from the Like My Network. Will Lehue from Just Surprise Me. Well, I'm fucked. From Energy Weapon.
I'm fucked.
Damn it.
I'm just here fucking myself. Okay.
I know. Tony DeGraw from the Signal Path Podcast. They're all doing... They're all doing the Just...
We have no idea how to do this. We're just sucking our own dicks here. Just like, I don't know. Oh, fuck. Oh, damn it.
Most people have already turned it off by now, so I think we're all right. They don't want to hear my sultry voice.
Yeah.
They're doing Masters of the Cinematic Universe, also the Just Surprise Me podcast, Texas State Boggle Champs, and Texas Size 10-4. The boys that love Texas, none of them live in Texas. So
you should start. What if we had a guest read these names?
Oh yeah, we should do that.
Oh, who is that? Who's this? Hey guys, it's me, Ray Romano. I heard you guys struggling on your podcast.
Sounds more like Kermit the Frog, but
that's who it is. It's me, Ray Romano, with the frog.
Yeah, R.J. Smith from Tally Talks. Good one. Jamie Davis, Johnny Ray, Steve Rao from 60 Cycle Hum, Kevin E. Quits from E. Quits Guitars, Co Schneider from the band Night Tides, playing near you somewhere, probably. Alvaro Viramontes, Brian Nutter of Nutter Guitars, Mel Chipson of Chipson Guitars, Sean Arbo from Gun Street Wiring Shop, Sean Fahey from the band Shadowhounds, Sean Wright from Lollygagger Effects, and How to Fucking Solder. That's his new YouTube channel.
YouTube jaunt.
Juan Ortiz from Tone Hungry Effects, Mike Oxbig, Hugh G-Rection, and Denny Whacked It. Rection. Zach Hale, Eric Merrow from YouTube, Scott Hamilton from the Effects Loop podcast, Tim Noack from Bardic Audio Devices, Tyler Rhines from Tyler Casey Riffs on Instagram, Matthew Fenslaw, Matthew Davis. That's the Matt Attack. Yeah, it's a Matt Man, like Matt like Batman, but no. So the Matterang. Chase Stevens, so stupid.
Already threw the goddamn Matterang.
I know. Pete from over there. So that's the list.
Holy shit, man! You know what?
Fuck! Just throw my fucking shit.
If I just delete every other episode and people think that this is our first episode, they're like, "Yeah, this guy did okay."
Yeah, you just put this one in the very beginning.
And just change it, delete every other one.
Fuck, yeah. Just change this one to episode 1.5.
Yeah. 1.69. All right. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.
All right. Bye.